for some tea with tea on this Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tanya McLean-Nicholas, licensed marriage family therapist and owner of Renewed Hope Counseling. I ran across my TNT for last year this time where I talked about the pitfalls of communication. It reminded me just how complicated communication can be and how the inability to effectively communicate affects every relationship you have. Last week, I talked about intention and how our intention doesn't always have the outcome or impact that we desire. So today, let's talk about understanding your communication style. Go ahead and grab your tea or your coffee, whichever you prefer, and let's dig in. Communication is an essential part of life. We build relationships and draw connection through communication. It helps us when we're working together as a team, and effective communication is important to problem solving. So why is it so difficult? Because we all want to be heard, especially by those that matter to us. Your family, friends, employers, even by the customer service rep on the telephone. It is our fundamental need. Yet too many times communication fails with others. We feel unheard and even disrespected, or others feel that way about you. The reason it is so difficult is because we all have our own communication style. It is influenced by our cultural background, our gender, our upbringing, our temperament, and so much more. And because we differ in style, we may be saying one thing and the other person is hearing something totally different. This starts the beginning to misunderstandings. Misunderstandings lead to frustration, and then frustration leads to further problems or disconnection. The words we choose and the style in which we use them could leave someone feeling hurt. It creates distrust in a relationship or even trigger the other person to act defensively. Once defensiveness seeps into the conversation, it can make the situation worse, and problem solving can be very, very difficult. Self-examination is the first step to solving the communication challenge. So when you find yourself in a communication pitfall with another person, don't assume immediately it's their fault. It could be very well your communication style. Taking a good look at your own personal communication style, your choice of words, your body language, and even your tone. Ask yourself these questions. Do I ramble and do not get to the point? Do I raise my voice, maybe talk more than I listen? Do I interpret or interrupt what someone's saying? Do I roll my eyes? Do I keep good eye contact? Does my conversation encourage others and build bridges or disconnection? Am I making people feel heard and respected or ignored and unappreciated? So here are some common communication styles. There's assertive. That's where you have the confidence to communicate without manipulation and games. You know your limits and you don't allow yourself to be pushed beyond them. Aggressive. This style involves winning even at the expense of others. You may hear a loud, threatening, hostile tone of voice. Passive aggressive, I should say, being passive on the surface, but acting out angrily, indirectly, or maybe behind the scenes. Being submissive. These are people pleasers and they avoid conflict at any cost. Manipulative style. This style is scheming. People who use this style are good at controlling and influencing others for their advantage. There's direct, and this is where the speaker doesn't mask the message and will deliver the information, but it may be received in a harsh way. Indirect, which is the opposite. People who use this style mask their intentions and even their needs. It's really hard to know exactly what the indirect person is really trying to achieve. Now, don't hear this and be hard on yourself. We all can be better communicators and make the necessary changes to be more effective. Just use this as a tool for personal assessment and then change. In order to be a better communicator, you have to do more than just listen, like being able to hear and regurgitate the words that are coming out of someone else's mouth. You have to listen beyond the words and look for the emotions and even the intention behind the information. Trying to grasp the full meaning of what is being said and having a mutual respect for one another must come across in our communication. For instance, even if there's a disagreement or no meeting of the minds, we use verbal and nonverbal communication that maintains a regard for the other person's physical and even their emotional well-being. When we do this, we stay connected and we build trust. leaving each person feeling empowered and appreciated. Communication, it has to be a two-way street, and it can't be a battle between our egos and our pride. So whether you're communicating with your coworkers, your romantic partner, your family, or your friends, effective communication is essential to maintaining good relationships with others. It allows for each person to hear one another, whether they agree or not. Well, that's it for today. I hope that you enjoyed your tea with tea on Let's Talk Therapy Tuesday. I'm Tanya McLean Nicholas, and I hope that you have an amazing day.